I tried all the viral CBD products so you don't have to, and today I'm gonna share whether I think these products are worth the hype or not. This is part 2 to my CBD viral series. If you guys would like to check out part 1, I'll leave it up here and also down below in my description. And today I have a whole new round of new products that I've been testing out. So if you guys want to know what is currently popular and viral in the CBD realm, then please continue watching. So first I want to get into makeup tools because I'm sure you have seen all the Xiaohongshu, the Douyin girls use really big makeup puffs like this. This has gone super viral and so many brands have came out with their own, but this originally did come from China, from C Beauty, so they really do it best. And the first products I want to mention are actually from today's sponsor, Momo's Workshop. So thank you so much to Momo's Workshop for sponsoring today's video and for supporting the channel. If you guys have not heard of Momo's Workshop before, they are Asia's a top-selling beauty brand specializing in makeup tools like this, and I actually have been using their puffs for the past few months now. Ever since I've gotten them, I have not used anything else. The quality of their puffs are just so different from what I've used previously. They're super fluffy and bouncy, and the texture as well is just so soft and smooth, which makes applying your makeup on so effortless and very quick. I'm someone that washes my sponges pretty regularly, and it really has maintained its shape. It looks pretty much brand new, so you really are getting amazing long-lasting quality puffs at a very affordable price point. And I feel like it just goes back to my constant point of like CBD always being ahead, not just with the makeup but right down to the tools. They really are setting the standard. So these are the puffs that I've been really loving. I mean, I love all their puffs, but these are the ones that I use on a daily basis. These are my go-to. Again, have not used anything else. These also come in a little case, so it's perfect for travel or to just store them and keep them nice and clean. So first I have their Cocoa Cut Puff, and I use this mostly for foundation. Like I mentioned before, the texture on these are super smooth and soft, so it just blends in my base so quickly and effortlessly. Again, with the puff being really fluffy and big, I get my base on in literally a few seconds. And I love that straight edge to get around my nose or even under my eye. These sponges as well don't soak up a lot of product, so you truly are maximizing the coverage with this. Then I use their Homey Puff for concealer. It has a similar texture to the Cocoa Cut Puff, but just in a mini size, and it's one of my favorites. This is so perfect to blend in your concealer. Again, with that straight edge, you really are able to press up against your under eye. It's so seamless, and I really don't think I can go back to anything else. The way it just goes onto one finger and you just tap it in, and it's just flawless. Again, you are maximizing the coverage because it does not soak up a lot of the product. Then for cream blush, I specifically love their Cupid Mellow Puff because I like using a few different shades of blush. The shape of the puff makes it so easy to use each different shade without mixing them. So I'll use one edge for the brightening blush that I like to lay down first, the other edge to mid-tone, and then the other edge to sort of blend and merge that all together. And I don't have to change my tool for this. I'm just using one specific puff, and I literally love it for that. Lastly, their pointy powder puff, hands down, is one of the best powder puffs I've ever used, period. You guys know I always set my face down no matter what, so you can say I'm a little bit picky when it comes to my powder puff, but this powder puff is so soft and almost like velvety that the way it sets your makeup down, it's literally so airbrush, so smooth. I literally don't think I can use any other powder puff after this. They even have like a little mini one, which I love for like my T-zone or even just throwing into my purse for quick touch-ups. So if you haven't caught on, I highly recommend these puffs. Whether I'm sponsored or not, you will be seeing me using these. I always say the makeup that you bring with you when you travel is your top tier, most favorite products, and on my recent Japan trip, you best believe I brought all of these puffs with me because I genuinely just think they're so good. So if you guys will like try out Momo's workshop for yourself, right now is the best time because they did give me a limited 1-month code JUDY20 for you guys specifically. Check them out now. And thank you again to Momo's workshop for sponsoring today's video and for literally changing my entire makeup routine. I next have these little cutie liquid blushes. It's from the brand AZTK. It's their Jello Color Liquid Blush. Probably one of the more viral products that I've seen in the past few months. This literally was all over Xiaohongshu, made its way over to TikTok, and I think this went viral because of its finish. Like the name suggests, Jello color. It's gonna look like jelly or like glass on the skin, and also the applicator as well is very interesting. It's like a little sponge, so it's very easy to apply. And I think another thing is that there was a lot of mixed reviews. Some people were saying that they loved it, this is their new favorite liquid blush, and then others were saying that this takes off their foundation underneath. So I just had to try it out. I got 3 shades off YESSTYLE, which by the way, I purchase all of my Chinese beauty products off YESSTYLE or either CHICDECENT. So first up, I do like the applicator. It's just really easy to use. The formula itself is extremely liquidy, so if you are storing this, make sure it is upright. Do not lay it flat because it will leak, or even when you open it, it will spill. Like the consistency is very watery, so be careful about that. But this on me, I don't see this lifting my foundation up at all whatsoever, and I do have that concern sometimes with liquid blushes or cream blushes, but this I didn't see at all. As long as you're tapping it in, I think you should be fine. Maybe people are swiping it, and once you start blending it out, the color does tend to fade a bit. So even if you get a brighter color, don't be too intimidated. The pigment will blend out, and especially if you are setting it, that will fade as well. So with these, I do enjoy and like them, but I'm not obsessed. However, the next blush, I think I am obsessed and I need to get more shades. This comes from the brand Red Chamber. It's actually their multi-purpose cream, so you could use this for things other than blush, but I mostly just use this for cream blush and I love it for that. Red Chamber is a brand that's pretty new to me. I've seen them quite a bit on TikTok, especially through my mutuals who have raved about them, so I'm not sure how popular they are in China or how viral they got them, but it's just a brand that I've been wanting to try, and I think it's a brand that we should be keeping our eye on because, you guys, one of the best cream blushes that I've used, and they have such a big shade range, and it's just not a big shade range of like pinks and reds. They have some really unique colors that I feel like you don't really see from other brands, so I've been really enjoying this one. I mean, you can use it for eyeshadow, you can use it on your lips. I also specifically just like it as a blush, like as a base. I think the way it goes on, like it's just not so overly pigmented, but it's pigmented enough where it shows up, and the way it just goes on, like it's not extremely dewy or glowy, but it's not a flat matte as well. It looks so skin-like, I think is the best way to describe it. This is such a perfect everyday type of product, or one and done. So if you guys have seen them on TikTok or seen them around and you're curious about them, it has my stamp of approval. I typically don't really love like multi-purpose like cream products like this when it's advertised like that, because I usually only use it for one purpose, but for the formula of it, like it's not too sticky or tacky or thick, so it makes it perfect for eyeshadow, for cheeks, and for lips. So I have been loving this, a great new addition into my collection. And the next product, I feel like I've been seeing a lot on Little Red, so I feel like it might be pretty popular in China, but it is a contour and highlighting stick from the brand Out of Office. There is a few different shades, but I got mine in number 2. I don't know why, but when I think of like a wooden pencil, I think of the formula being quite dry. Even like a traditional actual pencil that you write with, you know, it's quite chalky. But tell me why this is so creamy. It feels like it's coming out of like a cream contour stick. Like it's so smooth. It has really good pigment as well, and because it's in a pencil form, you can be so detailed and contour and highlight your entire face essentially. So what I did, I just followed one that I saw on Rednote. There's so many different ways to highlight and contour your face now, like so many different hacks. So I just followed a random one, and the highlighting one in number 2, you can see it is pretty much a stark white, but trust me, when you blend this out, it looks actually quite natural. It really does bounce off and does an amazing job of highlighting. So don't get too intimidated by it. Like once you start blending out, it looks so natural. So as of recent, this has been my go-to contour. It's just so easy and so precise. I need to figure out how I'm gonna sharpen this, if I have a sharpener that's big enough for this, but overall been really loving it. I wasn't expecting it to be so creamy. The next product, I definitely have seen similar products like this on TikTok, and when I was browsing on YESSTYLE to get products for this video, I was like, you know, this seems interesting. I don't know how viral and popular it is, but I thought it would be good content for like short form. It is another pen looking makeup product. I mean, I had this one that looks like a pencil. Now I have this one that looks like a pen, and this comes from a brand called Beauty Glaze, and it is a Chinese brand. It's their 4-in-1 makeup pen. They again have a few different variations. I got mine in 101. So it literally looks like a regular pen that you write with, but what comes out is actually an eyebrow pencil, then eyeliner, we have a highlighter, and then we also have a lip liner. And honestly, for this product, I was a little skeptical. It seems a little bit gimmicky, but honestly, it's not so bad. I will say the formula on all of it, it is very, very creamy and very smooth. So for some things like lip liner, I love that, but for eyeliner, it would smudge a little bit. For eyebrows, I wouldn't love something so creamy. For highlighter, I don't mind. So it really just depends on what it is, but honestly, all 4 shades are super pigmented, better than I was thinking, because I think my expectations were just so low. So for the eyebrow, I do think it is a little bit too creamy for what I like, but I think it's still usable. The eyeliner is pigmented too, but I think it's a bit too creamy where it would transfer. That's what I'm wearing in my tight line today, and it is a little bit thick, this pen over here, to go into my tight line. The highlight is nice though, but I don't think it's super reflective. It doesn't show up as much as I would like. The lip liner is probably my favorite just because it is a very creamy product. It's very easy to smudge and blur out the lip line. It is very small and micro, and I love that for a lip liner. So honestly, not like a horrible product. Like I was expecting to like not like this. I was expecting to not use it at all, but I actually think I could really implement this into my routine. Moving along, the next 2 products are both from JUUUUUDY, and I feel like now that I think about it, a lot of their products do go quite viral. Their ambassador now is Heesung from ENQUIRIES. They had that Kidult collection as well, and these 2 products as well I feel like has gone super viral. So the first one being is their Mochi highlighter. Literally is like a little mochi, a little tteokbokki. It's so wobbly and jiggly, and I think a lot of the times with products like this, it might come off a little bit gimmicky. Is the product actually good? And I will say yes, it is. So I got mine specifically in H04. I think the best way I could describe this formula is the Super Shock shadow, but in a stick form, but more reflective and more creamy, and it has a bit more glitter. I believe this is a highlighting stick, but I kind of use it for everything. What I love most about this product is that you can apply it on top of powder. I like applying this at the inner corners of my eyes, at the center of my eyes, and because it's like a cream product, or once it sets, it kind of like just stays in place. Base of it is quite reflective, so it does a really great job of highlighting, but it does have little sparkles in it as well, which gives more dimension. And because of its cream formula, when it sits down, it really does stay in place, so it's super long lasting as well, and I just love the color of it. I think it's actually a really amazing product. It's something that I keep here on my vanity if I just ever need to spice up my makeup a little bit, because I feel like on day-to-day basis, all my makeup is very matte, so if I just need something very quick and easy, no brush, just really just dab it in here, the inner corners, on my lid, on my cheeks, I'm good to go. This one is also worth the hype as well. Again, from Juicy. This is their glitter shadow. I have mine specifically in D114. If you love the Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadows, is that what it's called? You would love this as well, but for a fraction of the price. Let me tell you guys, like C Beauty, not only the formulas are amazing, like the price point as well. And I'm not saying Urban Decay isn't good. I love their Moon Dust eyeshadows, don't get me wrong, but this is so much more affordable. And I just feel like with Juicy, their eyeshadows are a lot more reflective and there is a stronger base, but there's just so much micro glitters to it. The way it sparkles, the dimension, and to add on top of that, it is duochrome. It does flip from silver to a like yellowish gold. It's just so pretty. It's so effortless as well with these type of shadows. It's so creamy, the way it blends out. Like Juicy is really creeping up on one of my top CBD brands for sure, because like that is just beautiful, guys. I think another comparison is the Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm, which is a product that I've also raved about as well. But because the Diamond Balm is a highlighter, I feel like the base of that is a little bit more translucent, so you do see a little bit more of those glitters. Whereas the Juicy eyeshadow, there is a strong metallic base with the glitter, so it just comes off a lot more pigmented, and again, a fraction of the price. So if you love glitter shadows, I don't see why you wouldn't want to try this one when it's just so affordable as well. They have such a good color range. I think I need to add a few more to my collection. Editing Judy here, guys. I don't even know how I skipped over this product because it's literally what I'm wearing on my eyes. This comes from the brand Cheer Up and it's their 16 color eyeshadow palette, and I have mine specifically in number 9 Fleeting Light. They do have a few variations of this that are super popular, and I've heard so many great things about their eyeshadow formula, so I had to try out one for myself, and to say the least, I am so impressed. I have the collector's mindset. I want to collect them all now because you guys, this formula hands down has to be one of my favorite. Not only the color concept, but I think also just price point. For 16 shadows, it's around 40 USD. You get a good range of mattes and shimmers, but within the shimmers, there are duochromes, there are glittery shadows, there are shadows that are a little bit more satin. There's a lot of dimension, there's a lot of depth, and pigment is just so soft. The mattes blend out so well, so pigmented. Like you see this light matte gray. I can literally cut my crease with this, no problem. It is overall such an amazing palette, and it's been a while since I've been really impressed with an eyeshadow palette. I mean, this is one of the looks that I create with the palette. I cannot wait to create more with it. These shadows are pigmented, soft, buttery. They blend out so well. The metallics have so much dimension, a lot of glitter. I really cannot wait to create more and also just grab more of their palette. So Cheer Up palette, highly recommend. I don't even know how I skipped over talking about this product because I feel like it's the main part of my look. I love a good dark makeup look, so this one has my stamp of approval. Another type of product that I've seen gone super viral and is very popular are pre-glued lashes. These ones specifically are from Florid, but a lot of brands do this. And I personally do have a sort of love-hate relationship with pre-glued lashes. So the reason why I love them is obviously it's so easy and convenient. Usually they come in these sort of clusters, so you apply a few, very quick and easy. It's not messy with the glue, and also when you look down, it's very natural because you're applying this underneath your lashes, more so on your tight line, so it looks very natural, and I love it for that. But then the reason why I don't love it is because it's essentially a one-time use with the pre-gluedness. Obviously you could take it off, use your normal lash glue and reapply it, but I feel like it just doesn't hit the same. So it feels a little bit wasteful. Like, I get the concept of it, and I don't know, for some brands I've seen, it seems like people leave it on for a few weeks. Like the pre-glue is supposed to glue for a few weeks and you leave it on. And that for me just sounds a little bit crazy. Like, it sounds a little bit unhygienic first off, and like, what do you mean you leave this pre-glued lash on? Is that the case? Because for me, otherwise, this just seems so wasteful. I love it because it's so easy, but I hate it because it's just so wasteful, and I can't imagine leaving them on like it's lash extensions or something. I think for me, I would just use a strip lash through and through and through. Like, I mean, I have them, so I'll use them. With that being said, we are now on to the last and final product. This comes from Girl Crush and it's their highlighter. I have mine in Dewy Pearl. I feel like Girl Crush is also like upcoming brand that I've seen a lot on Little Red. This highlighter, specifically number 4 in the pan, it does look quite pinky, and that's why I got it. And I was a little bit disappointed applying it because you will see that it is quite silver. Like, there is no pink whatsoever, but it's a really beautiful formula. It almost feels like hardened butter because it's so smooth and glossy and wet looking. This color specifically I think is a little bit too dark on me because when I look straight there is a little gray cast and I don't love it for that, but for the inner corners it gives such a beautiful highlighter glow from within. There's not much glitter to it at all. It's very like a satin metallic, which is very, very pretty, like a really nice pearly glow. So although this is beautiful, I think my favorite highlighters still are Kaleidos. Those are top tier for me, another Chinese brand, but this is still good. But I was hoping it was going to be a bit more pink, a bit more pinky, and I just don't love that gray cast, but formula wise and how it looks is beautiful. But alright guys, that is going to conclude today's video. Those were all the new viral popular CBD products that I've been testing out. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to try for the next part, but I do want to thank Momo's Workshop once again for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to check out any of their puffs, these truly have been my absolute favorite. It is always such a dream to work with brands that you genuinely love and use all the time. So shout out to Momo's Workshop. Again, all links will be down below in the description. But that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. I love you so much, and I'll go ahead and see you in my next one. Bye!